This is Mirabella's kitchen, and today I'm making shrimp biryani, and it was kind of a fail. I start by taking a medium-sized saucepan, putting 1 cup of brown basmati rice into it, and I'm going to be adding water and cooking it to package directions. There's a lot of vegetables in this dish, so I start by peeling 1 large carrot, 1 large russet potato. I cut off the ends to kind of make my time slicing the potato easier, and they also kind of look icky, so I cut the potato into thin slices and then cut it into smaller pieces that were about 1 inch in length. After that, I take the carrot, I remove the ends, and I cut it into smaller pieces to then cut it into smaller pieces and have it be diced. I take 1 large yellow onion and dice it. And I mince 3 cloves of garlic. Not pictured is 1 tablespoon of ginger paste. I forgot to film that part. I get the dry spices together. I'm using 1 teaspoon ground coriander, a pinch of cayenne pepper or to taste, 2 teaspoons curry powder, and 1 teaspoon coarse kosher salt. I take a large non-stick skillet and start to heat it over medium-high heat. I'm adding about 2 or so tablespoons of olive oil, letting that get nice and warm so it's nice and loose on the pan. That's how you know it's ready. And I'm gonna add in the onions and cook them for about 5 minutes until they are translucent, trying to stir often. I left mine for a few minutes at one point and they started to brown slightly. Could also be the heat. I then add in the ginger and the garlic and I mix until I can smell the ginger and the garlic. It takes about 30 seconds. Then I add in the spices and mix until it is fragrant as well. Another maybe 30 seconds. And here is where I make a big mistake. I add 2 cups of water. I really should have probably added only maybe 1 cup to 1.5 cups because you're trying to cook this down until there's basically no water left. You're gonna be cooking the potatoes and the carrots and trying to get them nice and soft so they're easy to chew in the meal. For the amount of carrots and potato I'm using, 2 cups was way too much water. I tried draining some. I'm letting it cook down over high heat for like 15-20 minutes, and it really didn't make much of a difference. So I just kind of rolled with it, hoping stuff would kind of soak it up. The opposite actually happened. So then I add about 1 pound of peeled and deveined uncooked shrimp, and I'm gonna let it cook through for a few minutes, and then I'm gonna add in a can of petite diced tomatoes, which is adding more water. 3/4 of a bag of frozen peas, which also added more water, so alternatively you can drain the water from the tomatoes as well as thaw the peas and drain the water. I then add in the rice and start to mix everything together. And I add in about 1/2 cup of 0% fat Greek plain yogurt. This could also probably be scaled back because it was still pretty moist from everything. It was just a texture problem more so than a flavor problem. It just was kind of mushy. It was just too much water, so I highly recommend playing with that. Start with less, add more later if needed. I even tried straining some of the excess water out with a strainer, and it really just kind of mushed everything together. Kind of helped. It made it look less wet, but the damage was done. And I add a little minced cilantro, and that's shrimp biryani. Thanks for joining me today. I make new videos on cooking generally every Thursday. Today I'm a little late. You can support me on Patreon and on Facebook at Mirabella's Kitchen.